Good morning, YouTube. This is another episode of the J Rebel 745, the Blading Platoon channel. And this morning, oh, and by the way, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys had your Thanksgiving dinner. I hope it was a good one. And also, hopefully you guys were thankful for all the things that happened in the year. Both good and bad. So today I got a really sweet looking knife for you guys to see and for me to review, and it is another one of Dbad's classic designs. Yes, I'm a big Dbad knife fan. This is the Dbad Commando knife, and it is a beast. Look at that. That's a nice bladed knife right there. Holy bejesus. This is a really sweet knife. And on mine, just because I wanted to play around and because I like mine to be customized for me and I like engravings. I did the Texas State Guard insignia on this one, and also I did our motto there, honor duty honor Texas, duty honor Texas, which is the same moniker that the Army uses for duty honor country. It's just that we confine ourselves with Texas. And again, I'm going to provide the link below for those who are interested in joining, knowing about what the Texas State Guard is and what we do. But this is a sweet knife. Look at this. Polished. I mean, I could look at this is like a near polished blade right here. Very well made. Choil. I could literally move up my hand like so if I wanted to. And this is a true combat knife. Dbad, if you guys don't know, is a combat veteran. Before that, he was a first responder and was there on 9/11. And if you don't believe me, you can check out his story. He'll tell you all about it. But, you know, kudos to Dbad for doing what he did. I remember when 9/11 hit, I was in high school when that happened. And I was literally watching everything unfold on television as it happened. And that's one of the reasons why I joined the U.S. Marine Corps, because, you know, the way I thought about it was, you don't attack America, you don't attack innocent civilians, you don't attack the United States of America and think you can just walk away and tell the world about it. It took us a while, but we finally got the SO. I gotta watch my language because YouTube will monetize me for saying it, but you know who I'm talking about. Kudos to the Navy SEALs who did their job and got justice for those innocent people. But today, I want to review this knife. This is a really sweet looking blade. This is the Dbad Commando knife. So, back in the day, Arnold Schwarzenegger did a movie called Commando, and in that movie he had a knife that was very similar to this, and he had a knife that was very similar to this. Only difference is that this one is made to work. It's made to function. It can cut, it can slice, it can dice, make french fries in aluminum, gajillion and one different things. But this is definitely a knife that that he had, and Dbad put his own flavor into this blade, and I really love the design of this blade. And the thing that I like about this blade is the grip. The grip on this blade is just insane. It's made to fit in the hand. This is made with black micarta wood handle. Really sweet blade. Of course, mine's got the Texas State Guard engravings on it. You can go to the Cookery House right now and check them out. And I believe they are on sale. Give me just a sec. The Dbad Commando knife is on sale for $129 right now. We're shipping in, of course, if you're shipping to America, of course, it's going to cost you an extra $38.28. But get yourself one of these. It's definitely worth the spend on this knife. This is made from 5160 spring steel. Of course, all the knives from the Cookery House are made from that same steel material. And the reason why they like using that metal so much is because this is a very strong steel. It holds a very sharp edge. It's strong, it's sturdy, holds a sharp edge. Good God. That is a very sharp knife. Very sharp edge blade. And it's kind of hard to see on the camera, but it is a very sharp edge blade. Of course, this one has the little paracord hole where you can put a lanyard or a paracord, or whatever you want to put in it. So let's measure out the size of this knife, just to give you an example. More or less, what is the size of this knife? So it's about, what I could tell, 16 inches in length. So yep, let's see. It's kind of hard for me to hold it here because of the way I'm angled, but this knife is about 16 inches in length. Talk about 16 inches. 16 inches in length total, which means that the blade is about 10 inches of bladed steel. The handle then it's got to be about 6 inches. 6 inches of wood handle, marked black micarta wood handle. 10 inches of solid steel, making this blade in a total of 16 inches. And the thickness of this blade, if I'm not mistaken, is a 1/4 inch thick. So you got yourself a huge, chunky, beefy blade with this Dbad Commando knife. You can engrave it anything you want. You can put your name on it. You can have them, you know, the Cookery House even will bless your knife. And they even got their logo right there. I know you can't really see. Right there, their logo right there. And the signature of the forger right there. The Duty Honor Texas and Texas State Guard logo on mine. But you can engrave yours any way you want. Whatever tickles your fancy. If you want yours just to say Commando, go for it. But this is definitely a really, really good buy. I love this knife. I love the feel of this knife. So when we're talking about knives, most people skip the part that is very important on the blade. Yes, the blade being strong, flexible, being able to hold a sharp edge is important, but so is the handle. If the handle is going to feel like crap, I don't care how well you make this knife, the blade part, if you bang on something with this and it hurts your hand, it doesn't mean much, right? Because it's going to hurt your hand no matter what you do with it, no matter how well designed the blade is. So when Donnie B created this knife, he took into account, hey, you know, the blade is important, but the hand has got to feel just right on this knife. And I got small hands for a guy for a guy. You know, I'm only 5'2.5", so I'm gonna have smaller hands than most men. But this will fit a guy who is 6'4", 5'9", 5'2". It's a very well constructed handle. Feels real great in my hand. It doesn't. The balance on this knife, of course, I'm going to show you. Perfect balance. It doesn't sway to one end or another. And I'm holding it right in the middle. For a blade this size, you would think that the balance would either tilt this way or that way. It doesn't. It's right in the middle. Perfect balanced blade. That's how you know you have a well-constructed knife. It's well balanced. It holds a sharp edge. It's strong. It's sturdy. Has a great handle. You can't beat it. For $129 plus $38 and some change in tax for shipping, or I should say tax, shipping, you can't beat it. You really can't. You're talking about a knife that costs about 170-ish, 175. Excuse my math. I'm a little off on my math today, but a little bit over 175 bucks. But still, for what I'm holding in my hand, this is easily a $300 knife. $250, $300 knife. You know, if you were to buy something like this from K-Bar or Ontario Knife Company or Cold Steel or the other big knife companies out there, they're going to charge you $300 for a knife like this. I guarantee you they will. So, this is definitely worth a steal of you know, Cookery House at one point did have a sale going on. Hopefully they'll have another one for the holiday season. But they did have their knives on sale at one point. Now they're back to regular price. They do that from time to time. They'll fluctuate. You just got to catch them when they have a sale. And they will email you and let you know, hey, we got a sale going on. Come check us out. But definitely worth a look still, even with regular price. I bought this one at regular price back in the summer. This is the False Edge. Doesn't hurt your finger at all. The reason why the spines are like this is because it's not really necessary to make this serrated part sharp. There's just no real need for it. Because honestly, if I were a knife designer and I wanted to make my knife look cool, I would just use this part just to make this knife, this part of the knife, for looks. However, there is a little trick that you can use in the military, and Donnie B actually mentioned this in one of his videos. You can actually use this to judge distance, to see how far something is. So if you know something is, say, 60 yards away, all you got to do is add 60 plus 60 plus 60 to see how far of a distance you need to go to your direction. It's a little military trick. I'll probably do that in another YouTube video someday in the future to show you how that works. It's part of your land navigation, and believe me, this guy has made his blunders in land navigation. I got, my first time I did land nav, I got lost somehow, some way, and I ended up near the beach while everybody else was in mainland. Doing me and a group of couple of dumbass jarheads during NCT training back in the day got lost, and we ended up on the beach somehow. And yeah, when we got back, we got our asses chewed out by the land nav instructor. But good times. And now that I look back on it, it's hysterical. It's freaking funny. But again, you know, this is the Dbad Commando knife. Really love this blade. Very, very, very good on the hands. I mean, this is a true fighting combat knife. You know. But speaking of the knife itself, let's talk about the sheath. This, you know, and I think people don't talk enough about the sheaths. If there's one place in the world that knows how to make a really good solid leather sheath, it's the Cookery House. KKHI in Nepal. Look how thick that is. That's a thick sheath leather hide. See? Smells like leather. Feels like leather. Very well stitched. Look at the stitches on this. That's a well constructed stitched leather sheath. That's how you're supposed to make a leather sheath. And I like how they make the rings to strap in your lanyard or your paracord when you tie it around your leg. So this is good. They do a really good job with this. Of course, there's the loop. So if you ever walking about, you just strap that onto your belt, your tactical belt. Put a piece of paracord or whatever it is that you use to strap that on there. I actually use a actual knife strap on my leather sheaths to make sure that it's nice and tight. It's got that little buckle clip thingamajigger. All I have to do is just tighten it. It's good to go. But custom made, well fitted leather sheath, fits perfectly with the knife. Yeah. Cookery House KKHI Nepal Dbad Commando knife. It's part of the Dbad Commando series. I'm going to show you how this knife works later on, but this is definitely worth a look. But other than that, you have just watched part 1 of the J Rambo 745 Dbad Commando knife review, and stay tuned for part 2.